So today I'm going to start by exfoliating the lips with the new MAC lip scrub in Fruit of Passion. Just bear in mind that this isn't an edible lip scrub, so just make sure to rinse it off. I always just tend to use this after I do the lip scrub because it keeps them super soft. This is the only thing that's not from MAC that I'm going to use in this tutorial. It's like my favorite toner because it doesn't dry out my skin. I'm using Gold Light Strobe Cream all over the face because it's very hydrating and I want my skin to shine through the foundation. This is my favorite primer. I recommend it to everyone. I'm on my second bottle at the moment, so I really like it. I normally just buy primer once and then change. So I'm using NC20 Studio Fix Fluid. I'm using the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush to apply. I don't normally use a brush, but I really love this brush. I bought it and I didn't use it for ages, but I'm really glad I started using it. It just fits everywhere. It's just perfect. And I'm just using a beauty blender just to add a little bit more product, just to make sure it's all blended perfectly. So I'm going to conceal the face. I'm just going to create a bit more dimension. So I'm going to use Pro Longwear Concealer in NW15. I just find it brightens my face a bit more than using NC colors because I've got really dark circles and it just color corrects a bit more. And I'm going to apply Prep and Prime highlighter in Radiant Rose on top just to brighten it. I prefer to wear it over the concealer instead of under. I just find it has a more brightening effect. So this is the new Studio Fix Perfecting Stick in NC35. I'm using it to cream contour the face. Now this was given to me, so it's a little bit light, but it is my first time trying it out. I actually really like the formula. I find it's really blendable and it kind of gives a really nice transition to the powder contour. And now I'm going to use a beauty blender just to blend it all out. This is the new Studio Fix Perfecting Powder in Extra Light. I really love this powder. It actually gives a blurring effect. It blurs out all the pores, fine lines. So I'm making sure that there's no under eye creases before applying this product. And I'm just using a beauty blender to apply it. I'm just going to make sure it's all blended out using a small brush. So this is the Mineralized Skin Finish in medium. I'm just going to use it to set the rest of the base. This powder is really soft and it's not really drying either. It's really good if you've got dry skin but you still want to mattify the makeup a little bit. So now I'm going to use matte bronze to contour the face. This is a really good bronzer if you've got light skin like me because this bronzer doesn't throw any orange. So I'm just going to use circular motions with the brush just to make sure it's blended perfectly. I'm just going to hide the double chin. Now I'm not going to contour the top of my forehead because I don't want to shorten it. I actually want my face to look a bit longer because it's so round. So this is a matte powder blush in Mocha. So I'm going to use it just sort of like above the bronzer and a little bit more forward. Normally I don't put the bronzer that forward, but I like to extend it a bit using the blush. So I'm using Fix Plus spray just to set all the powder I've just applied onto my face. So now it's time to highlight. I'm using the Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Beaming Blush. I'm going to use it on all the high points of the face, especially the cheekbones, because my face is so round. And I don't like using brushes to highlight my nose because I find that they're too big and it just goes everywhere. So now I'm going to use Painterly to prime my eyes just to keep the eyeshadow lasting the longest it can and to stop it from creasing and getting oily. I like to blend it up all the way to the eyebrows only because eyeshadow is definitely going to be there soon. So now I'm going to use my first transition color, which is going to be Bamboo. I'm going to blend it out all the way. I'm also going to blend a bit underneath as well using the same brush. And then I'm going to use Mocha in the crease as well. So now I'm going to use Hawk's eyeshadow. This is like my third transition color so far. It's just adding a little bit more depth. I'll be right there to more than care. So now I'm using a blending brush just to blend it all out. I'm not applying any more color right now. I'm just blending. Now I'm using Hawk's again just under the eyes just to make it look a bit more smoky. I'm just going to blend it all out just to make it look super smoky. Now I'm mixing Bright Pink and Fig 1 in the crease. So Bright Pink is actually a blush. It does come in the same size as an eyeshadow, but it's a blush. So again, I'm not adding any more product. I'm just using this brush to blend it. So now I'm going to use Fig 1 on its own using the Sigma E48 brush. This is just going to give a little bit more precision, but it's still going to keep the crease nice and blended. It's quite a difficult brush to use at the start, but you do get the hang of it. So basically every time you apply more product, you just got to blend it out. I also like using my hands to blend out eyeshadow sometimes, like when you get that harsh line. So I'm going to use Mocha again just to smoke it out even further, just to keep it all nice and blended. And I'm going to use the Brassy Fluid line. So this is a waterproof gel liner. So this is going to be used to make the cut in my crease. So try use a synthetic brush for this step because you want to get all the precision you can. 'Cause the feelings in my mind cannot escape. Would you ever take me? 'Cause my heart is all I carry. The feelings in my mind I cannot. So once the gel liner has dried a little bit, just do another layer just to keep it really nice and vibrant. Just put the same gel liner under the eyes as well. And then Slow Fast Slow Dazzle shadow is going to go on top. Make sure you put the Dazzle shadow on while the gel liner is still wet, just so it has something to grab onto. So don't forget the under eye, always like make sure the colors are tying in with each other. So I'm just going to carefully brush away any fallout. I don't really get that much though, so a brush is fine to use. So I'm going to use Fig 1 again, and I'm using a pencil brush. I'm just going to go over the crease a little bit more just to get that definition. So I'm just going to extend the crease a little bit. and just try to keep it blended out as much as possible. So I'm just going over it again with the pencil brush just to make sure that the color is there. And of course I'm blending it once again.
I'll be right there to more than care. I know what I want is to speed.
So I'm using the pencil brush just to smudge a bit of Fig 1 under the lash line as well.
You've all these aimless things, I'm not surprised, but I'm infatuated by the way.
So I'm just going to blend that out as well. Always make sure everything's blended, not just the top. So I'm going to use Beaming Blush again. I'm going to use it in the inner corner, on the brow bone. And I'm also going to brighten that end there because there was eyeshadow underneath. I'm just going to brush up the eyebrows. So now I'm going to use Taupe Velux Brow Liner just to fill in the brows. So I always start from the bottom and then I work on the arch, like up the top. I guess everyone's brows are different, so you may go to different areas of the brow first. Then this is my favorite mascara. This is the Instacool Lash. So this is a 16-hour wear formula. This mascara stays on really well. I've worn it to the beach before and it didn't budge. It does come off in the shower really easily though, so it is quite convenient. So now I'm using Stone Lip Pencil to line my lips. I like to overdraw them a bit. You can make them look a bit more natural while overdrawing them if you focus more on the edges. And just keeping it like more round rather than straight. And I'm going to use Lazy Lullaby lipstick on top. And here we are.